Finally, some good injury news for the Jets. Blessed be he. We'll talk about it. Jets, Dolphins, a special guest, all that and more coming up.
I'm going to lose my gas darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Booyah, baby. I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Grab a seat. Get comfortable. Feel free to peruse where you'd like. And if you're watching on YouTube, like the video and hit subscribe. We appreciate the support. We've surged over 8,050 subscribers. We're continuing to climb, baby, and hopefully eventually getting to 10K. We'll see if we can do that at some random point before I'm dead. Before we get there, let's get to our special guest. He joins us on most Saturdays. He is my father. Hop on Pop. You call him by many names, most of them not appropriate. So let's bring him in. Hop on Pop here on the show. Pop.
Hey now, good morning, Coffee Club.
There we go. Pop, it's great to have you back on the program. You are a polarizing figure in Boy Green Coffee Club land, both for good and bad. And perhaps we'll get to some of that later in the program. But first, right off the top, it looks like we are being graced by the presence of reigning memberships. Who's this again, Pop?
It's motherfucking Chew.
Oh. Wait a second. We got another membership coming in. It's from our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby. And real quick, respectively, number one Austrian Jet fan, you have 147 raffle tickets for our contest. MFC, you're up to 13. Pop, do you have, and you're wearing the Austrian official gear, do you have it in front of you, Pop, of what memberships were just gifted? If not, I've got it in front of me.
Wait 1 second.
Okay.
We'll have that information.
All right.
We're getting our staff to pull up that information as we speak. And yes, let's see. The staff is slipping.
Okay.
And they're yes. And,
I can jump in and tell me.
All right, here we are. All right. Hey now. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, so let's go. It is Big Bunda. Got a membership. Yes. Big Bunda.
All right.
And Sean Johnson.
There we go.
And I'd like to say, there you go. I'd like to say that my control is I didn't say Sean touched my Johnson, so I was nice. I matured
until you just said that just now. Yep, there you are.
I guess I did say it just now.
You did. All right. Well, thank you to our number one Austrian Jet fan. Thank you to MFC, baby. Keep those memberships going here on the program. We've got another super chat shout out from our boy K Brock. I always love shout outs.
Wow.
Hey, Brock, he's been a member to this coffee club for a year, so happy anniversary. Morning, BG. Let's go, Jets. By the way, fuck the Sox, go Yankees. Do you mean congratulations, Boston Red Sox, on making the playoffs? Is that what you mean, K Brock? In that case, thank you. Appreciate
Absolutely. It. Thank you for bringing that up. I knew it was just in the spirit of harmony, which we all know that it's very important to me.
Yeah.
I didn't wear any Red Sox apparel today.
You didn't? No.
So I just wanted to be, just by the way, how have the Red Sox and Yankee games gone this year?
Oh, boy. Not well. Not well at all. Not well at all. By the way, speaking of baseball real quick, I know this is going to be a random stray bullet at the Mets, but the Mets have a chance to be eliminated from playoff contention today. Yikes. So the Mets currently stand on the outside looking in for the final wild card spot. They do not control their own destiny. Instead, Cincinnati is controlling some destiny there with the tiebreaker. So we'll see what happens in baseball land today. Sorry, Mets fans. And I'm sure Fleur Lily will not call and brag about that at some point during today's program. But with all that aside, and we will get to some hop on pop, updated raffle, things of that nature. But first, let's get to the positive news. And like I said, it is the injury report. Blessed be he. We're getting positive news. Now, for folks out there in the audience, normally at this point on a Saturday, me and Hop on Pop would have the final injury report in our hands to evaluate. But because the Jets are playing on Monday Night Football, everything is delayed a day. So in other words, the final injury report for both Jets and Dolphins will come later today around 4 o'clock. And that will be the final injury designations that exist. So it's not official. However, it's really good news, Pop, for the injury report that Justin Fields has been a full participant in back-to-back days of practice. He had been nearing the conclusion of the NFL's concussion protocol, and that seems like a mere formality later today, and Justin Fields will return to the starting lineup. But as you've already said, that doesn't matter. Joe Bob, who could be at quarterback, and it's all the same. So I guess it's not even news to you, pal.
All right, Sparky. All right, let's calm down. I was going to jump in here before you. So let me clear. Sometimes, when you're, at a higher intelligence level, you're speaking, the other people don't really understand. They're not capable of understanding. So I'll break it down in small words and slowly for you.
Yeah.
What I was saying is you are a very optimistic person, but you get down when you get down on somebody, you just have a lot of hatred for them. And there are many reasons why the Jets lost last week, and you like to put them on Tyrod.
The starting quarterback in a quarterback-driven league?
Oh,
yes,
well, no. You're the one that said quarterbacks, the wins, losses aren't a quarterback stat. You've said that before. But anyways, I digress.
Okay.
So what I was saying is you were down on Tyrod. Justin Fields is the savior. It wasn't that long ago. You were ready to jump. We put a necktie around your neck and jump off a chair when I was calling from Abu Dhabi, and I'm the one that told you to relax. So all I'm saying is we definitely, and I was not advocating for anything other than, that they're not that much different. They haven't produced that much different results. That was what I was saying. We obviously need to understand what Justin Fields is. It is super small sample size. The ship has not sailed on Justin Fields. That's not what I was saying at all. He looked good against the Steelers. He looked terrible against Buffalo until he got knocked out. I mean, but again, everybody has good and bad days. There's 17 games in a season for a reason. And so he needs to go out there on the field and see what we got. And for the people that are ready to throw him out with the bathwater, I'm just like, all right, pump the brakes. Let's see what we got. What I was just saying is I wouldn't disparage Tyrod. There's many reasons for what happened in the game he was in. And I would tell you, as a tangent to that, one of the biggest challenges to the season is the lines on both sides of the ball for the Jets are not as good as we thought they were going to be coming into this year. And again, it's game 3. So we'll all be calm here. But that's definitely a contributing factor for the quarterback. Again, Tyrod, there's a reason he's not a starting quarterback in the league. He holds the ball too long. But he has moved the ball up and down the field every time he's been with the Jets.
Well, I appreciate you bringing up that final note because Tyrod Taylor has come into the game. It's been garbage time. It's actually Tyrod. He corrected it again. So,
all right, I'm just going to call him Sparky from now on then.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could call ourselves whatever we want to in today's society. So I'm not even sure what he's supposed to be or not supposed to be.
I would, from now on, please refer to me as Charlemagne.
Okay. I appreciate that. But that last part of what you said is the context of it, that when you just look at, and Woody loved to brought this up like a week or two ago, like, hey, every time Tyrod's in, he's throwing touchdown passes. Yeah, but all the times that he's in outside of this last game, which was his first start ever as a Jet, he had been in garbage time. Prevent defenses are happening. So sure, he's moving the ball, but when the game is already long decided, he's had, mop up duty every time until his last week with the Jets in that Buccaneers game, which also was sort of mop up duties. They were down 23-6. So I just don't think that the full context is provided there. Again, if the Jets have no other choice and Justin Fields is ruled out for a game and Tyrod has to be the guy, then so be it. Let's go. It's Tyrod Taylor time. But if there's a choice, I think there is no choice. You have to go
agree.
with JF7.
No, we're in full agreement. And I would just, to your point about mop-up time,
Yeah.
he came in and moved the ball when Aaron Rodgers couldn't. He came in against Buffalo this year when Justin Fields couldn't. And so he has – so I would shade your mop-up time with a different view, right? Aaron Schooly Pants Rodgers, when he tapped out like a little bitch that he is, right? Tyrod came in, whatever the fuck his name, where he came in and moved the ball when Aaron Rodgers couldn't or didn't want to. So you can call it mop-up time if you want to, but they didn't do a wholesale change out. It wasn't like Rudy at the end of the game, send in the seniors, right? There were still men on the field playing football.
What a great Rudy reference to work in there. I respect that. So the good news is on Justin Fields, later today, it should become official. He's officially cleared the NFL's concussion protocol. That was reported by NFL insider Ian Rappaport, but that basically was on the goal line, and the thing to push it over was these full participations, which we have received the last 2 days. Another practice coming today, and that should solidify it from that perspective. So that's good news. There is some bad news, and let's go to that portion of the exam. So the Jets traded for Jarvis Brownlee Jr., of the Tennessee Titans, a starting corner for the Titans for the last season, and it's not quite season and a half, obviously. It's only been 3 games this year, but he's been their starting corner, and now the Jets have acquired him for a bag of beans. They just swapped late-round selections, and now he's joined the team. Now, he won't be available for the Jets. He hurt his ankle, and he missed last week for the Titans, and he is expected to miss a game or 2, according to Zach Roseblatt of The Athletic. His injury was described as week to week. Before I move on with other bad news that I've sensed on the injury report, Pop, this is your first opportunity to comment or anything on this trade that the Jets pulled off here in the middle of the week. Certainly surprising, both from Tennessee side. I keep texting with Tennessee people, and they're like, we are baffled. Why would you trade your 24-year-old starting cornerback that's got 2.5 years of cheap rookie control here on the deal? So they're befuddled by why this young man was traded. Not that he's some superstar corner, but he's not terrible either. He's shown a lot of highlights during his very brief career so far. So Titan fans are confused, and I would just say Jet fans are sort of surprised. We didn't have this on the bingo card. We're going to be trading for a corner during the year. So, any comments you'd like to share before we move on with the show?
Yeah, it is baffling. Tennessee has made some bad choices. Number one, letting Mike Vrabel go, and then they've made some because what was the trade? I get the trade right here, right?
Yeah.
So the Jets gave up a 2026 6 rounds, and a 2026 7th round pick.
No. Yeah, let me correct it. So the Jets are giving the Titans a 2026 6th. The Titans are giving us back a 2026 7th. So we're no pick. So I just want to clarify. No pick was lost. Basically, what's going to happen is the Jets will pick a little bit later. Right, exactly.
We traded back.
Just moving spots back, and then you acquire the player.
We traded back in the 6th round. Yeah. So that is beyond. So it was baffling when we gave up a 6th and a 7th, by the way. That would still be baffling, even if we gave up both. Because the 6th and the 7th, right? Like, they get to take home the jersey when they get cut, but they're going to get cut.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's going to happen. And essentially, the Titan, I mean, I have not heard anything about Jarvis. Is there some issue? Does he bring
some penalty problems?
Does he bring, is he slap around his kid with a switch? I mean, does he punch his wife in an elevator? I mean, is he Ray Ricing it around here? I mean, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Is he, Adrian Peterson around with his kid? I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's an amazing move for the Jets.
Sure.
And it's just shocking. The Titans could have even anyone at all interested? We're essentially giving this player away. We're going to cut him if you trade back. I just don't understand.
And apparently there was other interest. The Patriots were calling the Titans with the Jets, and the Jets beat out the Patriots for that trade. So they were both going after the same player, which makes sense. Vrabel, Tennessee guy, even though he would have had no connections to Jarvis because he's only in year 2. But yes, he attempted to, and the Jets beat him to the punch.
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, if you're going to get somebody he's going to be on the 53-man roster, like you're saying he's going to make it.
Yeah,
Just
and start.
in my head, I correlate if I'm talking about draftism.
Yeah.
Right. I would say if you know he's going to make your roster, you're in the third or fourth round. Right. When you're drafting third or fourth round, there's a decent likelihood that person is going to make the team.
Yes.
More third than fourth. Right. And so to get somebody essentially for trading back, essentially that guy's going to make the 53 man roster. You won by someone even agreeing to it. So this guy, is he in and off the practice squad? I don't think so. He's probably going to be on the 53-man roster. Or if he's that valuable, Vrabel's just going to be sitting there waiting to scoop him off the practice squad if you let him go back on it.
Which, I fully anticipate him being a key piece of that 53-man roster. Now, historically speaking, in Tennessee, he's been a boundary corner. However, when he came out of college, he was at Louisville. He was projected as a slot corner, but he hasn't played a lot of that in the NFL. Connor Hughes, I was listening to his podcast this week, the Jets Mailbag, and he said from everything he's hearing from the Jets, their plan is to play him in the slot, but he will also have boundary versatility, but from the inside. So inside is primary and boundary is secondary, which would give some key insurance to Michael Carter II that has been playing terrible, quite frankly, so far. But anywho, he's out. He's going to be out for this week. I'm giving you guys a spoiler alert. He has not practiced this week. He's going to be out. He's probably going to be out the following week as well for our Jets-Cowboys game, which we'll talk more about later. So bad news, whatever you want to call it. We knew he was going to be out, but just the fact of the matter. So that's the trade the Jets pulled off this week. And here's the other one. And this one's a really bad news. That really is giving me the heebie-jeebies here. Jermaine Johnson has been upgraded in a bad way to a week-to-week injury. At first, he was just hurt, and we're just getting status reports. Then AG at the beginning of this week said, oh, actually, this is week-to-week moving forward, which means like it's gotten worse or his clarity to the media has gotten better, whichever you prefer. And it doesn't sound like Jermaine's going to play. He hasn't practiced at all this week. He didn't practice last week. And now I start to wonder, how long is he going to be out for? Now, he wasn't placed on like injured reserve because the Jets would have done that if they thought he was going to be out for 4 weeks. So it doesn't sound like it's 4 weeks, but how many weeks is it? Because he's missed last game, is set to miss this game. And then is he coming back for Dallas? Is he coming back for the London trip? And if not, then you wasted roster spots because you could have placed him on IR. So, I don't know what's going on there, but that scares me a lot because the depth was already razor thin at defensive end, and it's obviously only gotten worse for Jermaine Johnson not being available.
Yeah, and how they're going to shore that up, that's going to be key. Because I will tell you this, of the next 7 games, in my opinion, if Aaron Glenn, right, he's written a lot of checks. Right. And it's time for his ass to cash him.
All right.
And it's time for this, defense to step up. It's time for this offensive line to congeal. It's time to ground and pound, if you will, with the random play action. And you look at the next
real quick, let me get
schedule.
a look at that. Let me get a look at that. Look at that. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan. Look at that. All the killer bees and Isaiah Davis in there too. So there you go.
There you go.
Nice. Shout out to Austrian Jet fan who made some custom gear for us.
Custom gear. And so, anyways, I have the Jets winning 4 to 5 of the next 7 games. And so they could get 10 games in and be 4-6 or 5-5. And then there's still some, ham and eggers on the schedule after that. So this is really Justin Fields' time. He's not going against the best of the best over the next 7 weeks. There's definitely opportunity to find out what this team is all about.
Which, by the way, let's just take a gander at this Jets schedule that you were talking about. And I know it off the top of my head, but let's just pull it up just in case. Week 4, they're on the road at the Miami Dolphins, Monday Night Football. I can't wait for this. Week 5, Jets hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Loss.
Oh, well, come on, man. You said 4 to 5 next week are going to be wins. It's like, okay, I can't wait for him to just.
I said 4 to 5 of the next 7. We've gone through 2, and they're 1-1. So.
Yeah, but we all know what we wanted you to say for the Week 5 game.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to the next one. So, again, Week 5 home for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 6, technically it's home, but it's not home, of course. That will be in London. They're hosting, quote unquote, the Denver Broncos. That's a 9:30 game in Week 6.
Yeah, this is going to be close. I have this as a loss.
Okay. Week 7, they actually host. That's the Carolina Panthers at home, 1:00.
When?
Week 8 at Cincinnati, the Jets will travel to play the Bengals. And before you answer win or loss here, the good news is that Quincy Williams and Marcelino McCurry-Ball are expected to be eligible to come off of injured reserve that week, so the Jets should be getting some reinforcements. And according to Zach Rosenblatt, I wrote this piece last night, Zach's reporting is Quincy will not miss more than the time that is minimum required. So long story short, Quincy should be back for the Bengals game. But go ahead.
Win.
All right, the Jets face the bye week. Now, this has been a sort of checkered history between the Jets and the bye week, but your thoughts?
Win.
All right, great. That's always refreshing. And the Jets come out of the bye week, and they host the Cleveland Browns at 1 o'clock at home, MetLife Stadium.
Win.
And then we'll round it out here. We'll stop because I imagine this is where it stops for you. We'll stop on that short week, week 11 on the road, Thursday Night Football against the New England Patriots because the next week's against the Ravens. And
yes, that's right. I stopped there. Yeah, so I haven't beaten the Patriots. The ones that I said a win, the Bengals and Browns, they may split those, which is why I said 4-5. But I have them both as wins. When I say split, they might win one of those, lose one of those.
Yes.
The Browns are very, shockingly competitive.
Their defense is awesome.
Yeah, and so, right. So, I mean, they did beat Green Bay, who looked unstoppable, and they beat them.
Oh, yeah.
And held them to 10 points. So, will we do against that defense? That's that'll be the questionable one.
By the way, so I see this coming up. We'll talk more Jets Cowboys, of course, next week. But Rika the Pup says, I think we have a chance against Cowboys if they don't have Lamb. Jerry Jones said on his radio appearance that the Cowboys will decide whether or not they want to put CeeDee Lamb on IR or Tyler Book on IR after this game. That seems a little strange because this game could count towards the IR. So if the Cowboys go through this game, that's on Sunday. Who do they got this week, Pop? It's Packers, obviously. Packers Sunday Night Football. If they go through that game and immediately play CeeDee Lamb on IR, I'm going to be very confused because that Packers game could have counted for the IR if you don't put him on it. So if you're considering it, you should definitely put him on it. But anywho, the point is that it certainly sounds like CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Booker, for that matter, will both miss the Jets game, and that's regardless of the IR situation. IR obviously will confirm it. So the Cowboys will be missing a few cards, but perhaps so will the Jets. So, it goes back and forth. Anywho, we'll get more into that later. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, no, don't really. I agree. I don't know why if you're going to put him on IR, you wouldn't have done it the day after. I mean, what
is that? Waste the game. If the Cowboys play this game against the Packers and they do nothing with CeeDee Lamb, they just roll him out, let's just say. And then immediately after they're like, Jets week, you're on IR. He has to miss 4 games. The game he just missed does not count towards the 4 he's forced to miss at least. So, like I said, that doesn't make any sense. But, hey, Cowboys will do whatever the hell they want to do, I suppose. Anywho, so injury report-wise, those are the only 2 players at this point that look like they're going to be clearly out for the Jets. Brand new corner they just traded for, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., with an ankle, and Jermaine Johnson with an ankle. Now, the only slight positive with Jermaine, and we'll have to see what's really true, is, of course, when you see Jermaine Johnson an ankle, and a guy was coming off an Achilles, like, oh, geez, is that the same ankle? And AJ went, no. Different sprained ankle, nothing to do with the Achilles. But, it's hard not to lend your mind to that situation when they've been a little less informative on some of that info. So that's a good news on the injury report is what we mentioned already. But the bad news is Jermaine likely looks out. Jarvis Brownlee is for sure going to be out. And here's the rest of it. Let's just get to it. Kene Nguanu, he's been practicing this week, which is an encouragement over the last couple of weeks, but only as a limited participant on Thursday and Friday. Again, there's another practice coming up today. Tony Adams upgraded from a limited to a full participant yesterday. Justin Fields was a full participant. Josh Reynolds was a full participant. And Jay Tufele, a full participant. Jay Tufele had been dealing with a weird illness situation, so it looks like Jay Tufele is going to be back. Josh Reynolds, their starting receiver, is going to be back. Justin Fields is going to be back. Now, here's the question, Dad. Let me throw this one at you. So Tony Adams, it looks like I assume if there's another positive step for the full practice today, he will be eligible to be ready for the Jets. If you're the Jets, do you ride it out with Malachi Moore, the young rookie from Alabama, who seemingly showed a lot of chutzpah, had a nice pass deflection at the end of the game too, made some plays. Tony Adams has struggled. Do you just say, hey, Tony, we're actually going to ride with Malachi again, and you're going to be like a rotational defensive back, and you'll get in when you get in? Or do you just hand the keys back to Tony Adams because he's a veteran and he was the starter?
Yeah, there are a lot of positions where I'm a fan, and obviously history has gone both ways, right? Drew Bledsoe, the guy, the Kurt Warner, it's gone both ways with this kind of thing. I think positionally it matters, and confidence for a defensive back, right? That matters, and so I ease him back in a rotational way because defensive backs having a lot and being able to rotate in and reestablish yourself is definitely, I think, the way to go. It's completely different than coming in other positions, the
That's
mindset
true.
and things like that. So I definitely would not throw him in the fire. I would ease him in, and it's a win-win, right? Got a good defensive depth, and you don't put him in a bad situation. I mean, as a player, you might even want that, depending on how you're feeling health-wise.
Yeah, and Reese, let the young guys play. I'm all about it. So specifically for this situation, I'd love to see Malachi Moore continue to sort of develop. Obviously, the coaching staff's in love with him. AG can't hide his giddiness when he's been asked about him during the offseason. He just smiles and talks about how good he thinks he's going to be. So, hey, I mean, let's keep giving him ops and see. Because Tony Adams is only here at least scheduled for this year on a restricted free agent tender, and they set to be an unrestricted free agent next year. So more likely than not, Malachi Moore has 3 years left in his deal after this year. He is more likely to be here than Tony Adams. So may as well, let him throw the keys to him, let him drive around the car around the neighborhood a little bit, and see what happens here. So that's basically the full injury report for the New York Jets. Some good, some bad, mostly good. But like I said, the Jermaine thing sort of gives me the heebie-jeebies because the Jets, while they made a surprise trade this week, if they were going to make a trade, a pass rusher certainly would have made sense. Now, you can't force something that doesn't exist. You need the right player. In this case, they got a really good player. So I'm not mad at the Titans trade at all. I think it's great value and a dart throw, and your corner depth just dramatically increased, which I'm all about. If you can.
And you gave up nothing.
Yeah, zip and pip. So you didn't even give up a pick. So I think that's fascinating. Pop, before we go on any further, let's get into a lot of our updates that we have to share here on the program. So, folks, if you've been tuning in all month, you've been seeing us raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project, which we'll start with this, Pop. Here on the screen and explain it to people that we've been doing the Hop on Pop Wounded Warrior Project 50-50 raffle, where we've been raising funds, and we'll give you an update on those funds here in just a minute. On Sunday, October 5th, at our Jets-Cowboys game, we will reveal live the winner of this. 50% of the proceeds raised will go to the Wounded Warrior Project, which my father will talk about in a second. I'm sure he's been refining his speech because he's been forced to give these on a week-to-week basis. So he's getting even better with the sales pitch. And the other 50% will go to the random person that is selected as the winner. Again, it will be completely at random. And every raffle ticket is $1 a piece. So if you guys would like to contribute to our Wounded Warrior Fund, raising money for charity, all the money is sent to my father specifically. His Venmo, at Paul-Esden, Paul-Esden, or his PayPal, which is at HopOnPop22, all together, no spaces. You could send your money there. Just describe who you are. Again, if you have like a nickname on the show, like if I was Boy Green, but my real name's Paul-Esden, you could say Boy Green, or if you prefer your name, however you want to be displayed on the sheet. I know some people may not want that information out there or do want it out there. However you want it, doesn't matter to me. Just make sure you send that on the PayPal or Venmo, and the little note tab say, hey, Boy Green, Wounded Warrior Project. And okay, we'll add that to your total. Again, every dollar is a raffle ticket. $100 is 100 raffle tickets. $5 is 5 raffle tickets. That's how it works. And we're trying to raise as much money as we can for the Wounded Warrior Project, which is a wonderful cause. We'll give an update on those standings here in just a moment. Pop, can you talk a little bit more about the Wounded Warrior Project for those that are less informed?
Yeah, the Wounded Warrior Project, its mission statement is to honor and empower wounded warriors, provides a range of programs and services, including mental health support, career counseling, and long-term rehab for those service members that have gone in harm's way and didn't come back the way that they got deployed. So it's very important to take care of those who take care of us.
Support our troops. We're doing it right now, And I hope other people step up and do Wounded Warrior Project, things all the time. I know sometimes people do it around certain holidays and things. We should do it all the time. We should always be thinking about our troops. That's what gives me even the freedom to be able to do this silly jet show on a day-to-day basis that you guys seem to vibe with. It allows us to have all the freedoms that we have. So let's honor those who, they out there in the universe, our troops are helping us all the time with all the things we want to do. It's only right to return the favor and do what little we can to try to help them. And we'll get into this in a second, who the top donator and all that jazz is. Let me turn off our scrolling ticker here for just a second and go to the updated Booyah. Here is our updated raffle leaderboard, Pop. And as you can see all the way there at the bottom, folks, for those that are watching, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We have raised over $2,000 for the Wounded Warrior friggin' Project. Thank you to everyone out there in the universe. This means the world. Thank you. We will continue to collect money for basically another week, Pop. I believe it's a week from today, Saturday, October 4th. And we will collect through midnight of Saturday, October 4th. So we'll be doing a meet and greet a week from today. That's crazy to think about.
7 days and 16 hours left.
There you go. 7 days and 16 hours left. So next Saturday, we'll be doing a meet and greet at Chef Kevin Gilbert's restaurant at 7:30, the Cloverleaf Tavern. And a few hours later that night, we will close the raffle. There will be no more money accepted. So if you guys want to do it, you guys can perhaps give cash to my father or me. If you're there live that night and you want to do something, that's totally cool. Or if you want to do Venmo, PayPal, or anything, obviously that continues to be available. So let's run through the leader.
All right, here we go.
Real quick. Pop, yes.
All right, we got Mac Jets for Life is our current leader. That next person is NC Green.
Yep.
Right in there. And then we have the number one Austrian Jets fan.
Yep.
Solitary Man. Okay. Phil Ezzo, which is Florida Phil 98.
Philium, baby.
Joe Philium. John Theophil.
Okay.
DNY for Life. Shipmate.
Yep.
Chad Johnson. Scotty Mayhem.
Okay.
Frank for Lily. Paul Taylor, Big Country. Snowball. And a latest entry, but Badshaw.
Hey, Badshaw.
William Ameley. Old Yank. Philip Lermer. James Cafaro, Edgar Vargas, from Christmas Story.
Sure.
Frank Corvino, Motherfucking Chew. And there you go. There's our donators today.
And an anonymous donation there as well, which, again, if you guys prefer to do it in that way, that is totally acceptable, of course. We just want to raise money for charity, so no matter what it is. And again, Mahar Khalil, I'll give you a big shout-out. You're at the top of our leaderboard right now with $600 raised of our $2,000 plus, which is absolutely tremendous. So, Mahar Khalil, if that holds a week and 16 hours from now, you will be our number one donator. And if you are, whoever is our top donator, folks, and this, again, goes all the way through midnight on Saturday, October 4th, a select amount of prizes will go to you. First off, we'll go to Pop full screen here. Look at this.
Autograph copy. I will not show you the autograph, but I will say that right here in the inside is an autograph.
Oh, yeah.
From none other than Bob Lederer.
Okay, there you go. Bob Lederer, baby. That is part of the prize pack. Let me show you guys the rest. This is all available for whoever our top donator is, baby. There will be that autographed copy of Beyond Broadway Joe, the Super Bowl team that changed football forever. So shout out to Bob, and thank you for your participation with our charity efforts here. An autographed white BG Boy Green hat by Boy Green and Hop on Pop. This hat is not available for sale yet. So this is an exclusive item that you're getting, which will be pretty freaking cool. And eventually our shop will open. I'm still working behind the scenes through some logistical issues, but don't worry, folks. That Boy Green shop will be open here in the near future, and I can't wait when that moment happens. But for now, you guys will have a chance at that, of course, hat, that brand new BG hat autographed. And then in the middle there, you see the autographed Earl Christie 8x10 photo with the inscription Super Bowl III World Champ on it, which is awesome. So yes, all of those items will go to whoever our top donator is, which currently is Mahar Khalil. But just to go back here to the big board, the only way to submit funds to this is through my father's Venmo or PayPal. Any money you guys send on this YouTube channel, just normally, memberships and things of that nature, will go to our other raffle, which we do on a month-to-month basis. I know that can be confusing with multiple raffles and all these things going on. This is our prize pack, and it's a massive prize pack, one of our biggest prize packs we've ever had for the raffle this month, which is really cool. random vintage Jets player t-shirt, New York Jets sideline hoodie, which you see on the left side of your screen, New York Jets polo on the right side of your screen, also an autographed copy of Beyond Broadway Joe. And unlike the one for the Hop on Pop raffle, this one will be personalized. So once the winner is selected on October 1st, we will reach out to you and say, hey, whoever you are winner, what would you like the inscription to be? Bob will inscribe it. He'll put that on there, and then boom, we will send it to you guys out there in the universe. So that will be a personalized autograph. The one for that book that my father is strumming through there, it will be a Jets-inspired inscription that'll be written in there. So yes, folks, and just to throw on top, we have the one-of-a-kind Jet Zone banner, which will be awesome too. And I'll slap my Herbie Hancock on that and let the value tank for that. But nonetheless, I'll do that for you. So all these prizes will go to someone that, participates in our raffle for this month. All you have to do is spend $3 on the YouTube channel to be involved in that. And feel free to do so. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the money sign. You can super sticker, super chat, membership gifting, buy your own Boy Green Coffee Club membership, become a part of this beautiful Jets community. We'd appreciate it. And again, I want to give another big shout out to all the people out there, Pop. That's super cool. Over $2,000 for charity. I mean, that's absolutely spectacular.
Herbie Hancock.
There you go. Yeah,
is that a niner?
Initial
confusion. Call him from walkie-talkie?
Boom. One of the most quotable movies of all time. That's my favorite movie of all time. Tommy Boy, baby. Yes, the Callahan Auto Parts. Yes, yes, yes. And folks, if you haven't seen it, then what are you doing with your life? For God's sakes, come on, Tommy.
I actually met someone from Sandusky, Ohio, and I asked him, "Have they ever been to Callahan Auto?" And sadly, they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "You failed as a human being." Anyways.
So, yes, Indy Jet says it hit the like button. By the way, Dad, speaking of Indy and all these other commenters, did you see the show yesterday?
No, not entirely. I know you had you turned it into some kind of a circus at one point.
Whoa! I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just the I'm the vessel. The show goes as the show goes. So
you need to. Speaking of vessels, you need to tighten up your ship and keep it. You're not a clown car, all right. So, anyways,
you know what? Sometimes,
but I don't know specifically. I only heard from. We have a house guest, and they said that how the show went off the rails, and I couldn't exactly find it. YouTube is great vehicle, but it's hard to slide around and find a point, so I couldn't do it. But anyways, yeah, I heard things went off the rails.
And I would love to just put something out on this because it did get a little crazy, but I just want to say this. Here's how I feel. We all disagree. I disagree with my dad all the time. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure when the last time we agreed, but I'll tell you this. People can fan however they want to fan. I think that's the line for me, is that we could disagree and playful ribbing. Any of that's all cool with me. But for instance, let's just drag everything out here. Alon, some people would perceive him as negative. Some people, as he would like to be perceived, as realistic. Or I'm a positive guy. I don't care. Everyone's different. And, every show needs a villain, as people were joking around yesterday. Hey, if he wants to fan in that way, then God bless. He can fan in that way. If Carl or Jet Man with Tattoo or Jet Tattoo Man Jet, if he wants to fan in his way, that's cool too. So however you guys want to, this is a beautiful community. I let you guys speak your mind. It's the Boy Green Coffee Club. You guys named yourselves. I didn't come up with that name. You guys came up with that name, and it's so cool. And I love that you guys did. So, hey, people can fan however they want to fan, and I think that's the best part about it. From that, let's get to this super chat here. This gold brick super chat here on the program.
Wow.
Yeah, what was that, flank? What was going on there, Pop?
What?
On that name? So, yeah, Fleur Lily here sends in a $9.99 super chat. He said, I've heard my name butchered in many ways, but Pops, I have no idea what the hell you just called me when we're going through the leaderboard there on Fleur Lily. It's Frank Fleur Lily, and I think you gave him flank, and then all of a sudden you went, let's just move on. So whatever you did, yeah, you kind of butchered there. Hold Fleur Lily.
For Lily. Yeah. See, I said it's the same way I said it when it came out.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never admitted this on the show, but let's just, sort of get here because we're here. I'm not even sure if Fleur Lily is right. That's just sort of what I said one time, and then we've just sort of rolled with it. I don't even know if that's how Frank really actually pronounces his last name, but like I've just said it a million times, so like he's bent the knee and said, I guess that works. So if that is how he pronounces it, then I'm the greatest broadcaster of all time. But if it's not, I've totally butchered your name. With all these name things, Tyrod, this, that, the other.
There you go. He says it's not the way you pronounce it. So
see, yeah. I told you it's not, but we'll have to get him on the show and him to explain his name because I think he sort of rolled with it because I was.
I'm happy to pronounce it. I was in the UAE and trying to pronounce those names. Like I try.
Okay.
All
right, give me an
at
example.
some point. I can't. I will just butcher them. I mean, there's a guy and that plant that I went to, they have people from 62 different countries that work at that plant.
Wow.
And the guy's name is gentleman happens to be from Spain. And I think his name is it's like Alvaro or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. So I ask him to say it and then I repeat it and they're like, oh yeah, that's good. And then 5 seconds later, I can't do it again. So
I see.
We all have our talents. Pronunciation for Lily is not among them.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, we all do what we can do here on the program, and that is how we do it. So that works for me. But give a big shout out to our commenter here, and however
his name Illy. Maybe it's Illy, not Lily. Illy.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, or
Havmo 63 says it's Illy.
Yeah, so maybe Fiorli. Yeah,
hey, Fiorli. Anyways,
I'm sure he really appreciated that. Well, Fiorli, 38 raffle tickets. You have now surged into second place in our contest, only behind our number one Austrian Jet fan. So thank you so much for your support based on your previous super chat combination. So much appreciated, Fiorli. Perhaps that one sort of feels.
Anyways, better. Since we got here with this, I would tell you that it's okay to let people speak their mind. When it gets disrespectful, dump them. That's my recommendation to you.
Wow, I'm not a big dump guy,
Well, I think it's much more appropriate to dump them than to let people be disrespectful on the show. It's your show. You do as you will. But I'm just saying, people are gesturing and saying things directly attacking another person. Is it more offensive to dump them or to let them run their flapper? Yeah, it's pretty easy answer, but go ahead.
Good question. But Fiorli, dancing AG, baby.
Is there any regret there?
No. Hell no.
I mean, because that guy, he's dancing down the sides. He's dancing down the sides.
Oh, yeah, we got the full version here. Here we go.
That's the about to get my kicked in the junk dance is what that is.
Hey. That was an amazing play. One of the greatest plays in franchise history, probably. That was sweet.
It was. And your call was even better. But I'm just saying, it's legendary if there was a win attached.
I'm still going to remember it, AG. So,
AG, it was definitely on the highlight reel. If, down the road when he's looking for another, hopefully, head coaching job after a successful tenure with the Jets. Maybe that'll be part of his promo, his interview package.
Perhaps. I appreciate you talking about AG's package. I didn't have that on the bingo card. But nonetheless, the thing I will say is AG talked about it this week. He was asked, hey, what'd you think of your internet sensation? Like, you going viral on the internet. He said, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm sure one of your kids showed you. And he talked about it with the dance. And I said, and he just said, I love being myself. And if I didn't celebrate when that crazy play happened, my family would have reached out to me and said, hey, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Why are you not being yourself and celebrating? So, hey, I'm all about it. So, it's great.
Very good.
All right. So, Poppy, you ready for the phone lines?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Without further ado, a quick timeout, and your phone call's next.
Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams. watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you find your podcast. If you guys are watching on YouTube and like the video, hit subscribe. We have 88 people on YouTube right now watching this program, which we appreciate so much. Thank you, everybody who's on YouTube. That's the optimal way to watch a show. But we only have 45 likes, but 88 people are watching. Make sure you guys slap the like button around or take it to Pound Town, as my father likes to say. Either way, make sure you guys support the show. That is how we get in front of other wonderful viewers out there in the universe. Let's go to a super chat here coming from our guy, Mahar Khalil, baby.
Wow.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, Mahar. We'll add that to your raffle totals for this month. Do you guys think there will be any changes in the defensive scheme this Monday night? Now, here's the thing you got to fear when the Dolphins have guys like Jalen Waddle, who, by the way, on their injury report, let me just check real quick. Waddle was a full participant on Friday, so I'd imagine he's going to play. He played this past game in the Thursday Night Football game as well. So with him likely to play and no Tyreek Hill even on the injury report, when you play man, it's mano-a-mano. If you get beat, that could be some big plays down the field. Now, Tua hasn't shown a propensity this season for throwing a lot of deep balls, which is caught stray bullets or has caught stray bullets from Miami Dolphins fans. So I just hope that they're ready for that level of it, because right now I'm slamming the over on the over-under. The Jets defense is trash. The Dolphins defense is trash. And it's about scoring a lot of points. And I'm sure that's a game, if I'm the Dolphins, I wouldn't mind playing with the Jets with everything they have on offense. Darren Waller's expected to make his NFL debut in the 2025 season, the former retired 6'5" tight end, talented tight end. So, yeah. Do I anticipate any dramatic defensive changes, like it's going to be all zone or all man completely? No, but I think there will be adjustments because, again, I think AG takes a lot of pride in his defense along with other parts of the team. And the way Steve Wilkes talked this week has been pretty embarrassed so far, and he should be based on the result we've seen. Pop, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Jets have got to be, they've got the weapons over there on Miami, and so you got to do something different. And I would tell you, the player to watch that the Jets really need to pay attention to. And speaking of butchering, pronouncing last names and things like that, Devon Arachnid, Achan. That is who I'm concerned with, right? He's catching 5 or 6 balls a game, and out of the backfield, you're going like, let's get on Waddle. Oh, let's get on Tyreek Hill. And then we get Devon coming out of the backfield. That's my concern this week is him doing what we should do with Breece Hall, him catching a lot of balls. So, yes, that's definitely talk about a spy. That you don't have to spy old Tua unless it's to put a pillow under his head before it slams in the turf. But no. Anyways, that's what you got to put a key on that running back. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I agree. That's a thing I am certainly concerned with. And here's this. If you look across the league at the most prolific pass catchers at the running back position, Devon Achan is number 2 in the league. Number 1 is Christian McCaffrey. He's got 25 receptions so far this season. Number 2 on the list, Devon Achan with 18 catches. That is the second most among running backs so far this season. So he's been spectacular in that department. And here's the other thing I'm worried about. Well, who's a running back going to be covered by? A linebacker, perhaps? And
right.
The Jets are missing linebacker 2 and linebacker 3. And now the names that AG brought up will, lure the thought out of Jet fans. Who? A bunch of owls. We're at the zoo, for God's sakes. That what we're saying. Francisco Mauigoa, Cam Jones, who we haven't really seen much on defense. He's the Kansas City Chief that we claimed off of waivers at the beginning of the season. He hasn't gotten a lot of action. Mark Robinson, the Jets just claimed him off, or not claimed, stole him off the Patriots practice squad. So there's just a lot of new And that's concerning because if I'm the Dolphins, that's worked for them this season. It hasn't worked in terms of wins, but worked in terms of production. If I'm the Dolphins, it's a great call by you. Why not go to Devon Achane against this very questionable linebacking core? And even their best guy, Jamian Sherwood, who they paid a lot of money, he's a top 5 highest paid linebacker in football. He struggled this season. He's been not good. So, yeah, that's a big key, Pop. That's a big key. And by the way, my heart clear, you have 5 raffle tickets for a contest this month. Appreciate it, pal.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
I would offer something creative,
right.
and I'm sure, one of the things our significant signing in the offseason, besides our linebacker that we just, Mr. Sherwood, forced, the other one we spent a lot of money on, right, has not been impressive in coverage, but he has perfected the hit stick. Right? He likes to get in there and pop them. So why not shuffle the deck? Why don't you have him shadow Devon? Right? Just a thought, because he is a solid threat, so could be something to do in a case. Not every play, but slide Edwards over on him because he'll be able to keep up with him, and then he'll be able to bring him down if you spied on him. Anyways.
Who'd you say you would spy over?
I would have Devon. I would have Edwards cover him.
Edwards.
Around the secondary. Yeah, the quarterback. Am I getting his name wrong?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's why I was just a little thrown off there.
Hold on.
Who's the guy you're thinking of?
The guy that we signed from Baltimore.
Oh, Brandon Stevens.
I'm sorry. I don't know where.
Oh no, sorry. That's. I just wanted to clarify that. No, I got you. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Maybe he would do better in that category. We could only hope. Another super chat coming through here. Old Yank, appreciate it.
Wow.
Do we have a timeline on Brownlee's injury at all? Yes, Jarvis Brownlee, the new Jets addition. Zach Rosenblatt said a game or two. Again, Aaron Glenn referenced it week to week. So obviously, I don't want to say obviously, he's going to be out this week. Spoiler alert, he will be ruled out later today. So he'll be out for the Dolphins game. I believe he's going to be out for the Cowboys game. Then after that, the Jets got to make a decision. Is he going to be good enough for the travel to London? If so, great. Or if not, that's where they're going to make a decision. So out, I would say minimum 2 games, especially with the week-to-week categorization. So out for Monday Night Football against the Dolphins and out against the Dallas Cowboys for our game that we're all going to be going to, Old Yank. That's what I would say as that is concerned as we're looking at the pieces here. But, hey, the Jets didn't, like I said, they didn't lose anything in terms of anything crazy. So I think that'll be just fine. By the way, Old Yank, you now have 9 raffle tickets for a contest. I'll update the scrolling ticker here in just a bit. Pop, while yesterday, the way that we were, hearing some of the swearing and stuff, that wasn't so good. But I will tell you, one of the most unintentionally funny things that happened yesterday is Bob Lederer was with us. And we were like, hey, let's go to one of our favorite callers. And what caller do we normally go to, Pop, the first call?
Yeah, I can actually decipher what happened.
Oh, please. Okay.
Hep misspelled. When his name came up, he typed in Hef, I believe. But anyways, it's Hep.
So Hep. Here's what happened. And by the way, Hep is hilarious. So Bob goes, here's Hef. And Hef hears it.
Oh, I see.
So he switched it. And when I saw him pop in the room, I'm like, oh, my God, that is freaking hilarious. So he changed it because Bob butchered it.
Oh, okay. That's the part I missed.
And when he came on the show, I just played it like, oh, we got Hef here. And then I kept asking Bob during the thing, hey, who do we got here? Here's Hef. And he just kept saying it. So it was just super hilarious. So let's go to him.
By the way, I'd like to shout out to Philium, who's really embraced Charlemagne.
Yeah, I see that. We've been getting a lot of that love. And a few people I saw, who was that? 3 Siblings was giving that. More insight from Charlemagne. Yes, yeah, that's been hilarious so far. So hey, we could be whatever we want to be when we grow up. Here we go. Let's go to Hep.
Hey now.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey Pop. Hey Paul. Hey fellas. I was thinking the same thing, Pop, about Brandon Stevens. He looked better as like a linebacker or something like that. He just is like his coverage skills are really poor at this point. Unless it's a scheme thing, like he's in between man and zone. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I was thinking that same thing. As far as the thing with Allen and man with the tattoo, Jets tattoo, that I don't mind the passion going back and forth. But what happens is that they go past the line, and I think what happens is, and then they disappear. They don't come on. Remember we had that blow up with Junior or that guy?
Yes.
And then he disappeared. He never came back in again. I think they get embarrassed, and it's like, oh fuck, I can't go back there again. It's like, I showed my ass on the air, and now I was like,
And real quick, let me say this about it. So Carl, after everything transpired, I'll just share this here. He apologized to me several times and said I got just, like Alon basically pisses me off, and I got way over the top. And I said, hey man, you know what? We all say stupid stuff on air, and I told him the same thing you just said. I love
some more than others.
Well, some more than others. And I said, hey, you know what? We're all a family here. And he apologized several times. I mean, he emailed me throughout the day and said he couldn't get it off his mind. And I agree with you exactly what you just said, Hep, that I don't want this to drive people away. Carl's obviously a super passionate Jets fan, and I love his Jet man cave. He shows us different cool history items. He even did it on the show before Alon sent him to a different realm that sent him to a different universe. And I would just say this. I think the cool thing about this show is that Carl's can exist and Alon's can exist. Sure. We have super positive people. We have negative people. We have people in the middle. We have people that sort of sway based on whatever's happening with the games, drives how they comment on the show. So I agree. I don't want it to turn into people getting driven away from the show or anything of that nature. So, hey, man, I'm all good for good ribbing, and everyone takes shots at each other. My father's been calling me a moron since I came out of the womb. So, I've just sort of had to grow accustomed to that sort of commentary. So, hopefully, it's all for the betterment of everybody. And Carl and Alon both continue to join us.
I should have called you genius since you came out of the womb because you've lived up to the moron billing.
Let's see, there you go. So, or accurate would have made
it. Your fault.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Wow.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate it. Hep with a P.
Hep with a P. Yes.
We'll see if Bob hears any of this, or if he continues it. That I'm unaware of. But,
thanks for the clarity. The Hep.
That was funny. That was good.
Hef.
Hey, by the way, we've gotten, speaking of, sort of a legendary return here. Look at our guy, Uncle Tio, baby, is back. Hey, now, let's go, Uncle Tio. Coffee Club memberships, and every time we get a pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, we need a little bit of this.
J-E-T-S, Jets. Yes.
Yeah. So, do you think Bob has regret on that? But anyways, Uncle Tio, shout out. It's almost a year ago. The last time I remember seeing or hearing from you, we were at breakfast together, I believe, and you were bacon. The bacon logo was born that day. Yes. So good to see you.
Here we go.
That's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
So thank you, Uncle Tio. It's great to have you back, brother. We'd love to have you call back into the show whenever you're ready, pal. A great part of this community. It's great to have you back. He's gifted away a 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, which, of course, is 5 raffle tickets for this month's contest. Pop, lay him on.
All right, here comes the butchering. Michael Panza.
Okay.
And in irony, Incel Alon.
Okay. That's a different Alon. Yes.
Yes. John B. A.D. Pugnut. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that.
Yeah, that one sounded pretty on. Yeah.
And then DLB 1 Jets Arm.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And again, shout out Uncle Tio. It's great it's awesome that we have him back here on the chat. Always one of my favorite callers. Always, he's a very dapper man. Both in his calls and also in person. He's got all this custom stuff that he's always wearing. So I'm always very impressed. Very impressed by
unlike you.
Hey, whoa! I've got all this sponsored gear here. Shout out to our friends over at Homage. They take care of me, and I'll be wearing that when I'm dead in the grave, baby. Hell yeah! Very nice. By the way, Uncle Tio, you're there with our boy Mahar Khalil, also has 5 raffle tickets for a contest. All right, so let's go to this next car. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to call him by nothing. I'm going to let him do it because, he just rolled with it. I just saw it one time, and when he first called, I'm like, boom, and he just went, I guess that's my name now. And so here we go. This is a big reveal. Let's go to this man on your screen. Frank. I hope I'm at least pronouncing that part right. Frank?
Yeah, you got the Frank right. That's
okay. Let's hear
it.
Okay.
I don't take offense to it because my entire life, teachers, coaches,
okay,
have butchered my name.
Okay.
It's Fiorilli.
Really? Oh, that's not bad.
Really.
Okay,
Really. Am I saying it
Fear
right?
really.
Really.
There you
There you
go.
go. You
That's
got it better
perfect,
on that
Bob.
time, Pop. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Bob had it perfect right there.
Yeah, Fear Lily. Okay.
But it's
You got
no
some
big deal.
crap
They've
on your
been
head, by the way.
butchering it. That's why they never call me by my last name. They usually call me by a nickname or something when I was
Oh,
growing
I
up.
see.
Stuff like
But now
that.
we got it. Now we got it. Okay,
You
got it.
You got
Okay.
it. First thing I want to say is congratulations to the Boston Red Sox. They are now in the playoffs officially. Unlike the other New York team, which I believe is now a game behind the Cincinnati Reds. So
Yeah. They lose a tiebreaker, I guess. So
all I gotta say is you guys better pray that they somehow make the playoffs, because if they don't, I got a few words for all of you.
I can't wait for that. That'll be a beautiful call, which, by the way, could come as
I've been,
early as tomorrow because the
no,
Mets could
you
get
have to
eliminated
understand.
today.
You have to understand, BG. The reason I'm so, I don't know, passionate about it, because I've been getting shit, excuse my language, from all my Mets fans about getting Soto, how great he was. Oh, the Yankees are going to suck without him, blah, 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 blah. And if they don't make the playoffs, I am going to unload on these people. Okay?
Again, it could come as early as tomorrow because the Mets could be eliminated today. Oh, baby.
It could.
I can't wait for that.
It could. Quick thing about what happened yesterday. I can appreciate the passion. It got a little personal at one point, and that's where I kind of agree with your dad. You maybe want to okay, guys, it's like at one point they were just screaming at each other, and it was like it felt like it went on forever. I know it didn't, but it just felt like it was just going on forever.
Yeah.
Then the football question I have for you is, okay, now Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Is he healthy or is he not? What's going on? It seems like it's really odd that I'm trying to find information on it and there's no definitive, this is what happened to him. This is he's going to be available for the most of the season. What's going on?
And you're referencing this concussion situation, right?
Exactly.
I think, I think that the NFL has intentionally made this process, concussion protocol, so it's out of the coach's hands. There's it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's got this 12-step program. You have to meet all these wickets, and it's not really, you can't rush them back out on the field. Right. And so you got to hit all these things. It's got to be sequenced, timed, and so many days before the game.
Third-party neurologist that has nothing to do with the NFL or Jets, right? Yeah.
And so they're trying to do the right thing related to concussions.
But has he been? Can you practice during all that or not? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's one of the steps of the protocol is you're allowed to do non-contact. Now, here's where we get funky. The quarterbacks are always non-contact.
Right, exactly. So
that's the good news that works out, is that because they're normally non-contact, he can be a full participant in most of the drills because it's not contact anyway. So the thing that I think caused a lot of strife a couple of days ago, right? We did the Boy Green Daily off of what Dan Graziano was saying. He said, "Oh, the little information I got looks like bad news," and that sucks because the Jets have done a really good job of not letting things leak. So something doesn't leak, and Dan Graziano paints that as more trouble on the horizon. As Jet fans all freak out based on that information. All of a sudden, and now he's been a full participant 2 straight days. And again, if he's a full participant today, he is going to be cleared at 4:00 today and be full ready to go for the game. So yeah, concussions to everything my father just said about how different it all is now. And then number 2, I think the little information coming out of One Jets Drive is a unique thing for us because things used to leak all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Any chance that if he can't go, that they would go with the younger kid instead of Tyrod?
I don't think so.
I don't think
based how AG feels about Tyrod and what he said about him and things of that nature, I think the only way we'd see that is injury, and then would get us to Brady Cook. And even Brady Cook right now isn't even on the 53-man roster. He's only on the practice squad right now.
I understand that. I thought maybe they'd give him a shot if Justin can't go at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe Pop, 10 games from
thanks
now.
for all you do for the Wounded Warriors. That's awesome. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Great.
And before you get off, just one more time.
Fiorilli.
Fiorilli.
Like you were pronouncing it Florrilli. There's no L in the beginning. It's Fiorilli. Yeah.
Fiorilli. Okay,
There
got
you
it.
go.
Got it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Mike. Okay.
Thanks.
Fiorilli. Fiorilli. Okay,
I'm
going
gonna
to practice
fail.
that in the
Not
mirror.
intentionally, but I will fail. I don't know.
Definitely. Now, I've heard it now, but again, I always had this feeling when I just said it and you just sort of accepted it. There was just sort of a look like, well, I guess this is happening, you know? So I appreciate him calling
At
it.
least I'll
Because
try better next.
there
from
you
now
go.
on.
Because like our last names, for those who don't know, have been butchered forever. Now, you've heard me say my name 1,000 times, so maybe that seems difficult to imagine. The S is a Z. That's it. Esden. I've heard Edson, all these butcherings. Esden. That's it. And I join all these shows, right? I try to do nice and join other people's podcasts all the time. They don't even ask me how much Spanish. They just bring me on. All right, Paul, eat, son. I'm like, son of a bitch. God damn it. All right, here we go. So anywho, we got 300 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe. Let's go next. 04 Jets fan joins us here on the program. What's up, buddy?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I watched the Daily Show last night while I was driving, and I had to take my headset off when they got screaming. I'll tell you what, man.
That was intense.
Both of them were in the wrong.
Okay.
For the way they got.
No.
And I'm completely with you, Paul. Fan the way you're going to fan, but Pop, I'm also with you. You got to be respectful at the same time while you're doing it. Now, I was listening to, I think it was the New York Post Jets show last night as well.
Gang's all here.
And and they were talking about potentially putting Bromley Jr. at safety.
Whoa. All right.
I don't know where that came from. That's the only place I've heard it, but I guess interesting take.
Well, I will say this just because I haven't heard that one ever before, so that's brand new. But I'll tell you the one that the popular fan theory has been, Brandon Steedman, just throw him back at safety. From Rich Samini on this week's edition of Flight Deck, because that's been asked a lot, he said he laughed and said that is absolutely not going to happen this season, at least. He said the Jets have 23 million guaranteed reasons why they're not just going to start willy-nilly. Hey, you want to try out quarterback this week? Like, he's going to be a corner for the full season. And if it continues to go really shitty, then in the offseason, they could say, hey, do you want to try back some of the safety? And by the way, Rich did confirm, I know you asked that before, about how much safety has he played at the NFL level. He did play a little bit of safety in Baltimore in the early portion of his career, apparently. So that would be something that they would mess around with during the offseason. But he says, absolutely no chance that happens during the season. And that's been the more popular fan theory I've heard out there in the universe.
Yeah, I'm with Pop. I think there's a really great shot that we could come away with 4 or 5 of the next 7. I see a chance for 6 of the next 7, depending on the way the oblong ball bounces.
100%. Screw the Cowboys. Yeah, we'll definitely win that one for sure. Yeah.
I ain't saying that. No, we've been forcing fumbles this year more than I think we've done over the last couple years. And it's only a matter of time before we start falling on them.
You gotta think, for the love of God, right? Like, strip sack of the balls, just all over the ground. I'm like, come on, please, somebody. James Cook, ball pops out. Oh, Bill's offense lineman dives out. I'm like, good Lord, man, come on, man. Jesus.
I mean, how many of them have we forced and just watched it bounce right back up to the player?
It's just unbelievable. The Josh Allen one, he had one that went doink doink and went right back in his hands. And I'm like, does he have a freaking magnet in his hands?
Exactly. Someone check that ball.
Jesus, I mean, for God's sake. So yes, you're right. You know, the gods say that if you just keep punching down, eventually, for the love of everything that's holy, it just has to eventually bounce that way. Hey, I read the stat from Mitch Samini the other freaking day that The Jets and Dolphins, neither of their defenses have forced a turnover so far this season. They're both 0-3. That's the first time, or that's the 9th and 10th time that has happened since 1933. Long story short, that barely ever happened. So, I mean, that is just unbelievable. So, hopefully that's changed on Monday night and the Jets can get a turnover or two on Tua turned the ball over.
And I keep hearing people say, "Oh, we didn't get any pressure in the Tampa game. We didn't get any pressure in the Tampa game." They're not taking into account the 6 sacks that we would have had if they wouldn't have held the crap out of Quentin.
7 holding calls on the Buccaneers in that game.
Yeah, and at least 5 of those would have been guaranteed sacks because they were coming.
Will had one where he was grabbed like right on his chest, and it would have been a sack if the guy tackled him, and then it goes away. So yeah, that sucks because Will doesn't get that sack, a penalty, and the ball just backs up, and then whatever happens. So that is unfortunate. Yeah,
I mean, we've got to find a way to turn some of these iffy situations in our favor. In the end, I think we will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
at some point,
there's been little snippets of progress at different areas across this team through these 3 games. The question is, can we turn those little snippets into bigger snippets of progress, and put it all together?
Give me snippets, baby. Yes.
I don't think Wilkes is the guy. I think he might be looking. Yeah, I think he might be looking for a new job after this season.
That's also what Rich Amini said on his podcast. He says, I don't expect, this is Rich speaking, I don't expect AG to fire Wilkes mid-season, but if things continue to trend poorly, he could definitely see it happening after the year. So we'll see. 04 Jets fan, thank you so much for the call. Let's get another call in here. Pop, it's your favorite shipmate, baby. DNY for life joins us here on the program.
Hey, now.
Hey, good morning, fellas. You guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Hey, man. I was just in my little garage getting my little workout in, and I was like, I just got called and say I'm excited. I'm thrilled and I'm pumped. All the positive adjectives you could place on that. Like I'm looking forward to next week. More so than the actual game because I'm gonna be nervous as hell for that. So it's gonna be a lot of nerves, man. And but I do appreciate you guys, man. Hop on Pop, man. Every Saturday, you're consistent, man. Coming on here, and I appreciate that. I appreciate having a different perspective as well. That's not a Jet perspective completely. But and I just want to say from yesterday, man. Like I get both perspectives on it, because Alon, you have a unique ability to take people to an emotional state that they're not normally at, and that is a talent, my brother.
Yeah.
But I also think, like, man, I'm just trying to put like a lot of positive energy. You know what I mean? Like, I think we should, as Jets fans, we should try to emote positivity, and give positiveness to our positive energy to the team, because we need all the positive we can get, because we've been so negative and everything has been so jacked for so long. So I ain't gonna, hold you guys too much, but like, just wanted to say that, man, let's be positive as much as we can. I know it's hard. I know, Alon, you're a realist. I get that. But Carl, man, I love your passion, bro. And to be, have seen as much as you've seen in this world, and to being a Jet fan as long as you've been a Jet fan, a hell of a longer time than I have, that's for damn sure. And a lot of us on here, so I get that you want to not hear the negativity. I get that as well. So, but hopefully we don't become the Jerry Springer show, because I don't enjoy those. There's a couple of shows I don't really check out anymore because, it gets to be ridiculous. And I want to hear about the Jets. I want to hear about, and I respect the debate. We could all debate. We could all, have our perspective. And I agree with you, Pops. Like, hey, we serve this country so people can have freedom of speech, right? And so, but there's freedom of speech and then there's respect. And I think when it borders on disrespect, then now we got to look at, some things differently, because, But
Amen.
I appreciate you guys, man. I can't wait to meet you next Saturday, man.
Go.
Driving up on Friday from Virginia.
Nice.
At least that's the plan right now. So we'll be there. I can't wait to meet Chef Kev. I can't wait to meet all the coffee club members. Bashar, bro. I can't make the week to meet you as well.
Oh my God.
Hef, I want to meet Hef as well.
Love you, Hef.
There you go.
I love Hef.
Hefner.
Man, but yeah, man, you guys have a great rest of your morning, bro. And I'll see you next week.
All right.
There he is, DNY for life. By the way, Pop, we got this question from an individual, so I'll give you an opportunity to say it. So first off, this is, but don't read the question yet. Who is this?
That's Frank.
Yeah, I appreciate you being frank about this, but that is
Fiorilli.
Okay. Anywho, let's get to his question. He forgot to ask while he was on the show. Forgot to ask Pop this question. I believe we both had the Jets winning 8 or 9 games when the season started, or 8 and 9. Would you change that now that you have the results? I gave this the other day to Bob because yesterday all the days blend together. Yesterday I said, Bob, you gave how much? You said Jets were going to win 6 games. I said, okay, I'm giving you a mulligan opportunity right now. You know the Jets are 0-3. Do you want to stick with 6? Do you want to change it? More or less, anything you want to do right now. He said 6.5. So I appreciate that. So Pop, same thing here from your boy Frank. What do you believe?
So here's a few things. I believe the Jets are 0-3, but they are not that far away from being 2-1.
The moral cookie 2-1, baby.
So they're not that far away from being 2-1.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say, let's see how the next 7 games go.
Right.
I'll go with, let's see how the next game goes.
Yeah,
and if
sure.
the next game, right now, I'm still in that 8-9 win ratio. Again, I just said I thought they could win 4 to 5 out of the next 7. And then, they'd be halfway there with 7 games to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't win the Miami Dolphins, I will be ready.
There's just nothing to be said. I don't give a shit what happens in the game. There's no way I'm coming off that going, yeah, we're 0-4, but they were there.
No. So if they don't win against Miami, there's rough seas ahead.
Choppy waters.
Well, that's a shout out to Devin. Rough seas ahead.
Yeah.
Time to submerge the ship, unless you're on a ship that only submerges once. Yes. At least as long as the submarine surfaces and submerges the same number of times, you're good.
Yeah.
Right. A surface ship only submerges once. But anyway,
that's good.
Anyways, yeah. So I'll keep my 8 to 9 wins saying that if they don't beat Miami, then all bets are off. That's where I'm at. If there was ever a season-defining game, it's this game. You can't go 0-4.
No.
And if you go 0-4, Boy Green's 12-5 record is
still on par.
Moron. All right.
Still on par. All right, Pop, it's up to you. Do you have time for one more caller?
I could do one more caller before I have to begin my honeydew chore list here.
Okay. Well, then let's go to this individual. We got to get him
Yankee Frankie. That's what we're going to call him from now on. Yankee Frankie.
Okay. That's not bad. I like that. All right. Let's go to him. Indy Jets. We got to get him a Boy Green coffee mug. We'll work on that. Indy, what's up, brother?
Hey, good morning. When we lost to Pittsburgh, was the season over?
Yes.
No, it was not over. No. When we lost to Buffalo, was the season over? No.
Yes.
And when we lost to Tampa, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No. Come on.
Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. Let him go. He's on a roll.
Thank you, Bob, for catching that one.
Yeah. We need more people that. Oh man, what just happened? Didn't something just happen where that was brought up, and then it turned into this whole thing where they were like, the Germans didn't bomb Pearl Harbor, right? And then they missed the joke. So that just happened in the news recently. That's really sad. Anywho.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm with you, Pop. If we don't beat Miami, it it may well just be over. If we can't beat Miami, there's probably not too many other teams in the NFL we can beat.
That's right. And
maybe New Orleans.
If anyone was surprised that we got soundly beaten by Buffalo, you just weren't being realistic, right? I mean, honestly, the Pittsburgh game, we were there, right? Tampa, right? We were one Aaron Glenn and a half dance away from a win. But Buffalo was Buffalo, right? I mean, they have better talent. They're a better team. And, that's so. But again, Miami, this is a have to win.
And they're better coach. Not Miami. Buffalo is better coach. I mean, they have a far
continuity.
Better. Yeah. And so they also have the MVP of the NFL. So
that helps.
That
helps.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this game, this Monday night game, and I'm glad it's a Monday night game. I'd heard that it was getting flexed. I
think it's too early. I don't think the flexing starts until
like week 6 or week 7. Yeah,
I thought they were moving it to Comedy Central.
I saw that. I saw that social media post.
Hey, now.
Right? Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
it's to have a Monday night game of 0-3 teams. It's welcome to the NFL. They can't predict it.
But
they
could have, Indy. But if you looked at last year and then you said to yourself, you know what? In week 4, we're going to have ourselves a barn burner. We're going to take the 3rd and 4th place teams in the AFC East and let them match up.
Whoa, excuse me. The Patriots were in last place in the AFC East?
I'm talking about currently.
Oh, well, you said anyway, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, it's cool. There's only 2 primetime games on the Jets schedule this year. This game and a Thursday night game later in the season against the New England Patriots, the other AFC East compadre there. And I saw the players, right? They're doing all the fun stuff in the locker room. Hey, can you hum the Monday Night Football theme song? Like, this is a cool moment. This is a good opportunity for AG. And I get the rest of the NFL's like, 0-3, that sucked. For me as a Jets fan, while it's going to be a very late night of doing all this stuff, I would rather have it no other way. This is awesome. Monday Night Football. That's great. Let's beat the Dolphins' ass in front of America.
And as far as AG's dance goes, instead of criticizing him doing the one dance, let's give him more reasons to dance. Let's get an AG dance every game but ends with a W. How about that?
Yeah, I would love it. Make it a new part of the routine. Yeah.
So but anyway, hey, what'd you say? 7 days and 15 hours now?
Yeah,
that's correct. That is correct.
Yeah, but we're right. It's actually probably less than that because we're all meeting Saturday at what?
Yeah, 7? That was until the raffle was over. Was that
right?
Initial time?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right now, no, we're about 7 days and 10.5 hours from the meetup.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So I saw where Devin said he'll be leaving Friday from Virginia.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Philly and I will be leaving. I'm going to try to. He wanted to leave. It will be late Friday, so maybe we'll pass. We'll pass Dylan.
Yeah.
And I'll roll down the window and yell "moron," and then he'll know who it is.
That'd be
next year we'll actually sell those car flags with moron on it. So
that'd be nice.
Caravan.
There's an idea.
Flap it in the wind. Very nice.
Absolutely. But hey, look forward to it. We'll see you guys in about a week.
Can't wait. Thank you, Indy. I appreciate that. Pop, I know you have to get off the show, but I would like to take one more caller. Not you can go on to your day, but before I sign off the show, there's one more caller I would like to take. So, Pop, I want to just say thank you for joining us. Unless you want to stay on for this.
Well, I don't know who I'm staying on for, so.
Okay, I guess you are. Well, I think it's only appropriate, and I'm glad that this person called in today because we heard it from a few other people, like June. Salute to June. Pour one out wherever June may be right now. After his incident happened on the show, he has not called back since. And I'm glad that this individual is called on. Carl is here on the show because we freaking love Carl. Carl, welcome back to the program, my friend.
Hey, Boy Green. Hey, Pop. Listen, I listened today because I wanted to take the criticism that I deserved for my behavior yesterday. And, you know, I can't apologize any more than I have. I've never done that before. I guess all the years of being a Jet fan caught up to me with Alan. And I'd also like to apologize to Alan for what I said to him, because he has the right to say what he wants. And, you know, if people don't want me on the show anymore, I'll stay off. But
not at all.
You know,
we definitely want you on the show.
I just want to say that, you know, I made a mistake, and I apologize for it, and I assure you it won't happen again.
Well, Carl, just say this, and this is what people are saying in the comment section. You may not be able to see it right now. Is that it's cool. It happened. It's over. You're a passionate Jets fan. We love having you on the show. Again, I'm all for good ribbing. I'm all for good debating between two Jet fans. But we can, we could joke about Alon's negativity and all that stuff and talk Jets football. That's all for it. So again, we're having Frank here, Frankie Yankee, saying stay on the show. Carl, you're good. So 100%. Everyone's in all agreement. We love having you on the show, Carl, and you add a lot to it. With your history and cool Jet Man Cave and all your stories you get to share on the show. We love having you.
Yeah, you know, sometimes in your life you just reach a point where you do something, you don't know why you did it. I'm usually in pretty good control of myself. I'm not that person, and but man, I don't know what it is. The Jets, for some reason, you know, and the 0-3, and it gets to you, and I shouldn't let it, because it's not the most important thing in my life, but it happened, and I just want to get past it and apologize again. That's all. Thank you.
Well, Carl, you're definitely past it, my friend. I appreciate it. And hey, when Alon was on the show, his subtext under his name said 2 days away from 0-4. So, or 3 days, whatever it was. So I can understand how that would annoy someone or bother them. But hey, everyone can fan the way they want to fan. And people asking what happened with Alon, folks, just watch the show yesterday. Jared B wants me to make that yelling thing a short on my YouTube thing. I don't know if that's appropriate to do, but we'll see. Pop thinks that's also a terrible idea, despite whatever fun clicks that would get. That's probably for the best to just leave it on the show. If you guys find it, you guys find it. If you don't, you don't. So, Pop, that's a great place for us both to. Oh, wait, 1 second here. Your shipmate has another message in a bottle to send over here. Hey, now. Whoops, pressed the wrong one, but that's never wrong to hear.
Wow.
Yes, thank you, Zariah Luna. Nearly as good as Tony Richardson. Anywho, DNY for life for the $2 super chat. I'm with Indy Jets. Want to see more AG dancing? Hey, let's make it a part of it. My boy DNY for life. Let's make it happen. That'd be great. I'll add that to your raffle total. So thank you, DNY for life. Again, just to wrap up the show, another shout out here. Carl, it's all good in the hood, man. We love having you on the show. I hope you don't go away. And same thing for Alon. Alon is a very unique individual, but hey, everyone can fan how they want to fan, and that's how it should be on the show.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for the program. We have 300 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. We will be back on tomorrow. A very unique Boy Green Daily. It's not a game day edition. It's just the Sunday of football. So we'll give you the updates. We'll have the final injury report at that standpoint and everything else that we'll talk about on the show. By the way, NFL insider Matt Lombardi will not join us tomorrow. Instead, he is moving to Monday. He'll actually join us Monday evening. He'll be on for a small piece of the play-by-play watch party action on Monday night. So tomorrow will be an open vacancy. We'll see what mystery guest comes running down the ramp that gets Jim Ross to go, by God, who's this? It's a special interference. Who knows who's going to pop up on the show? We'll find out tomorrow. And yes, of course, Yo Holmes, Syracuse is winning today. They're going to beat Duke's Blue Devil candy ass all over the place.
No 7 overtimes needed for that win.
Hopefully not. So, Yo Holmes, thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys next week. Pop, thank you so much.
Have a great day, Coffee Club, and let's get a win on Monday.
We'll see ya. Take care.